Good morning. It's Friday. Give me just a minute to figure out what day it is. This week's flown by. Thank you, Jesus. Not felt good this week at all. But we made it. We've made it to Friday. Now we got to get through today and tomorrow, and Sunday's coming to rest. And today, I'm going to talk about hope. Sometimes in life, things happen, things go some kind of way or whatever. There's scripture about it. I need to look it up because I can't remember exactly how it says it. But it's something about maybe hope deferred or something like that. But sometimes we have things happen in life, or we have seasons that it's very hard to have hope. And I actually had this funny, in a sense it's funny, and in a sense it's really not. But I had this thought yesterday. I was aggravated about something, and I just said that I was just gonna give up about it, and I don't understand why I even have hope about it. But all the other stuff I'm doing, I'm gonna keep doing that, And it's funny the things that, and I did a video about this, I guess yesterday evening, about not giving up so easily. And it's funny that I'm thinking about this today. I was thinking about it last night. And I prayed about it too. Well, for a minute I was like, I just don't even know what to say or don't have anything to say. And to be honest, I just really don't want to talk to you. And that's me being just honest. I was like, I just really don't want to talk to you right now. And not that I'm mad. I'm not mad at God or nothing like that. But I am angry and I am hurt. And I just don't want to talk about it. That's what I was telling him. I was like, I just really don't want to talk right now. And then I started, I don't even remember what I said, but I did start actually talking. It's so funny, you say you don't want to talk about it, then you start talking about it. But I was like, I just don't know, Because to me, and it's so funny that we have these moments to where we really wish that we could be content with less. And I think it was Paul that wrote about being content in whatever, shape or condition that he was in, or place he was in. And man, there's been a lot of times in my life where I've prayed to be content. I really wanted to be content. And I think that's a thing of, that we battle. That's not what I'm looking for. That we battle with having our hope deferred and things like that, is we want to just give up on it because it hurts. And I don't think nobody wants to hurt. I don't think nobody wants to feel bad about things or things not to work out or whatever. And I've known people in life that they wanted things and just been wonderful people, and you don't understand. And like, for an example, somebody wanting a child, and a couple, a man and a woman, praying, want a child, just more than anything, because some people, that's what they want. And it just not working out. And sometimes it will eventually work out, and then sometimes it works out in a different kind of way. But you're like, man, they're so wonderful. You know, why is this not working out or whatever? And it's really sad. But when you are trying at something, regardless of what it is, it may be a career choice job. I mean, I don't know what you're doing. But when you work at these things, and it just goes on and on and on and on, and you're just like, I don't want this anymore, you know. And I've even seen videos, if you've got social media, which if you're seeing this, you do, to where people say, you know, God, just take this from me, you know, take this desire from me or whatever. You know, if it's, if I'm just meant to be alone, take this desire to be loved away. And when I see that stuff, it's so sad to me, because you know that people that say things like that, or they're posting things like that, it's coming from a place of hurt, you know. And just like people that, you know, want to have a child or want a certain job. Like, I know of a person who wanted a job and loves this, you know, this sort of job. And because of health reasons, they couldn't do it. And can you imagine loving something and not being able to do it? You know, and I don't understand things. There's a lot I don't understand. And it's a good thing God's in control. Because I'd be down here making a mess because I don't know everything. And He does. It kind of makes you think of that movie, Bruce Almighty. Is it Bruce Almighty? Where he's Jim Carrey, he's God for a day or something, and he has all these millions and millions of prayer requests, and he just says yes to all of them. And then it's like chaos. So it makes sense of why God's God and I'm not. Because I would think you would want to help people, you know, and people have what they want. But there's a reason that these things, and sometimes I'll think about stuff or things I'm trying to do, and I'm like, Nikki, right now maybe really ain't the time. You know, and because I try to figure it out. That's how my brain works. I try to figure everything out. I want the reasons for everything. I want the plan laid out. I want to do something about it. I don't like something, I want to change it. You know, what can I do? That's how my brain works. Well, God's up here just, you know how they talk about that saying of the teacher's silent during a test and all this stuff. Like, He's up there, knows. He knows. I'm just down here like, I wish you'd fill me in. I wish you'd tell me, you know, so that I can know too. But that, when you want to give up on something, well, her stick it in my shirt. When you want to give up on something, it comes from a place of pain. And there's times that I've told myself, because I've had that, I've been in pain and I've thought, I don't want this anymore. I just want to give up. And I've thought, don't let this pain or whatever it is take this from you. You know, and that's the thing, because we can, you serious? We can allow pain to deter us in our whatever we're doing. Because I believe that it's a natural reaction. Like if you stick your hand to something hot, it's natural to jerk back. So if something is hurting you, it's a natural reaction to just get away from it. Say no. And I would say anybody else that's trying to do something different, that has dreams and has goals and has wants of whatever, has at some point wished that they could just be normal and not want things. And that's the idea, right? Just normal, of being like a robot and doing the normal repetitive thing instead of wanting things and being different. But the thing is, and I think I mentioned this because I seen a video not long ago about this, of a guy saying that he wished he could come home and just sit in a recliner and watch TV. But we can't. Like, and it's not a joke, just like with me and like building businesses and all this kind of stuff, like, this is going to sound just crazy, but I didn't pick this. Like, and I really feel that way. I did not pick this. I love it, and it's my dreams, it's my goals, it's what I want, it's what I feel like I'm meant to do. But I don't really remember when I decided to do it. Somehow we just ended up here. Years later. And I can't not do it. I don't know. Like, I don't know. It's like you get you're at the top of the mountain and you start rolling down and you've collected snow and you're a big old snowball rolling down the hill. And you just keep catching more snow and everything and gaining momentum, and which you want to gain momentum, but it's kind of like, ain't no stopping now, you know. But when you have those moments of pain, or things ain't working the way you want them to, or whatever your hope, desire is, whether it's in your business, your dreams, your relationships, whatever, when things don't go exactly like you want, or you're struggling with something, or a certain aspect of it, of the situation or the plan, sometimes you're just like, man, I just really don't want to do this. I just really don't want this anymore. And I can just imagine how people feel, you know, which I'm a woman, I can't really, I imagine there's men out there that they want a child more than anything, but I can just imagine how a woman would feel, because there was a moment in my life where I did want a child, which I don't now, but there was a time that I did, and I can imagine feeling that way of, you know, wanting something like that and it just not happening, and then you feeling some kind of way. And the hurt that would come with that. Because there's a lot of women. There was a woman that I knew, and I can remember somebody telling me that they wanted a child more than anything, and it bothered me so much, and I was like, God, I mean, she's wonderful, you know, give them a child. You want people to be happy, and I thought, man, she'd be an awesome mother, you know. That's right there, that's the stuff. But anyways, like it's a painful thing, you know, for anybody to want something and it just seemed like it ain't going to work out, or it hasn't. And people try things for years, you know, and nothing's instant. I don't think people wake up and decide, today I want to do this, and then by the end of the day, there it is, you know, on big stuff and dreams and goals and stuff. I just don't think that's how it goes. At least it ain't went that way for me, you know. But my point, I can understand hope being deferred, and you just want to give up on it. And I want to get on here and I want to tell you to be positive and to not give up, and to keep your eyes on the prize, regardless of what it is. I don't know what it is you're trying for. But hair's coming out. But sometimes it's hard, and I can't really tell you that, oh, you just, and I know days I tell you a lot of times to just keep going. But I know that it's hard. And I want to tell you that, to have faith and to keep going. But I think more than that, today, I want to hope that God comes through and renews your faith and your hope. That's what I want to hope for today. Because sometimes we can't, I really believe we can't do everything on our own. And we can't always, and I encourage you and myself to do this, to pick ourselves up. But I believe that we can't always do that on our own. You know, I can be pretty strong mentally. Thank God. I mean, I can really kind of get myself in gear and tell myself to suck it up and go on, and I've done that so many times. But today, maybe you got something that's going on, something you're hoping for, and you really just want to give up. You're tired of hoping. You're tired of the hurt that comes along with it. And today, what I want to hope for is that God just comes through and renews it for you. That He gives you something that'll help you and that'll give you that hope and renew that hope. I don't know if that's going to work. I just don't like it that way. Like it that way. That He'll renew that that hope. Because sometimes we just can't pick ourselves up. And that's when He comes in and He carries us. When we can't walk on our own, He comes through and He carries us. So today, I hope that, I might need that one today. Hope that that's what He does. That He comes through, He shows up, and He shows out. And I hope that you have a good day. See y'all soon.